Welcome my channel. It might sound harsh, it might sound even brutal, but the truth is this: 95.7% of women are drawn to one powerful trait in men, not to your looks, not to how much money you make, not even to how nice or caring you are. It's something deeper, something primal, something that society never teaches men because society wants you to stay predictable, soft, and safe. Most men are terrified to admit this truth because it goes against everything they were raised to believe. But once you understand it, you'll see why some men are naturally irresistible, while others, no matter how hard they try, end up ignored, overlooked, or worse, trapped in the dreaded friend zone. The lie you were told, growing up. From a young age, most men are taught a script: be kind, be available, be the nice guy, listen to her problems, fix things, give her your time, sacrifice for her, and eventually, she'll see your worth. Sounds familiar, right? That's the story society feeds us. Movies repeat it, TV shows glorify it, even our parents unknowingly reinforce it. If you're a good guy, women will fall for you. But here's the harsh truth: that's only half the story. Because while kindness and reliability might earn you appreciation, they rarely ignite attraction. They rarely spark the deep desire that makes a woman's heart race. That's why the nice guy so often ends up overlooked. She may say, "You're such a great friend," but deep down, you know you wanted more. And the painful reality? She doesn't feel that burning desire for you. So the question is, why do the men who put in the least effort, the ones who don't chase, always seem to get the most attention? What do they have that the nice guy doesn't? The metaphor of the meerkat and the lion. To understand this, let me take you into a story that explains everything. Imagine two animals, the meerkat and the lion. The meerkat is small, harmless, and always alert. He scurries around nervously, constantly watching, constantly ready to please. The meerkat represents the man who is always available. He's quick to respond to every message. He never says no. He bends over backwards to fix problems. He sacrifices his own needs to keep others happy. On the surface, the meerkat seems perfect. He's kind, he's caring, he's dependable. But here's the problem: the meerkat doesn't spark desire. He's safe, predictable, comfortable. And while that might earn him respect or even affection, it does not create passion. Women may say, "He's so sweet," but that doesn't make him irresistible. The meerkat is always there, always available, always easy to get. And what's always available quickly loses its value. The lion. Now, picture the lion. The lion doesn't chase. He doesn't need to prove himself. He doesn't beg for attention. The lion moves with confidence, power, and purpose. He knows who he is. He knows his worth, and he refuses to bend to anyone's approval. He doesn't scurry nervously like the meerkat. He commands respect with his presence. And women feel something different around the lion, something primal, something beyond logic. They don't just admire him, they're drawn to him instinctively, like gravity pulling them in. Why? Because the lion embodies what every woman secretly craves: mystery, confidence, strength, self-respect. He doesn't need anyone, and that's what makes everyone want him. The emotional truth about attraction. Here's the truth most men don't want to hear. Attraction isn't logical, it's emotional. You can't logic a woman into desiring you. You can't nice guy your way into passion. Women don't fall for what you do for them. They fall for what you represent. The meerkat represents comfort, safety, predictability. The lion represents challenge, mystery, passion. One eye, appreciated. The other is desired. And that's the secret, the stoic lion. Now here's where stoic philosophy comes into play. Stoicism teaches us to embrace our true nature, to stop chasing validation. self-assurance, inner strength, an unshakable presence. The meerkat seeks approval, the lion radiates it. Why the nice guy fails? Let's be brutally honest for a moment. Why does the nice guy fail? Because he thinks approval equals love. He believes if he just gives enough, does enough, sacrifices enough, then maybe, just maybe, she'll see his worth. But here's the paradox. The more he chases her approval, the less attractive he becomes. It's like building a house on sand. His foundation is unstable, and deep down, she feels it. Because real attraction comes from strength, not neediness, from presence, not approval seeking. And that's why, no matter how kind, how available, how perfect the nice guy tries to be, he doesn't ignite that emotional fire, the challenge to you. So now the question is this: who are you right now? Are you the meerkat, always chasing, always seeking approval, always available but never desired? Or are you the lion, confident, strong, and irresistible because you live with purpose and never bend your worth for anyone? This is the harsh truth most men avoid, but it's also the truth that sets you free. Because here's the best part: you can change, you can transform, you can stop being the meerkat and step into the lion's power. It won't happen overnight, it's a journey. But it starts with a single choice. Stop chasing approval, stop trying to prove your worth, start living as the lion you were meant to be. Imagine this for a second. You walk into a crowded room, maybe it's a party, maybe it's a cafe, or maybe just a gathering with friends. Instantly, without anyone saying a word, without any direct communication, women in that room already know something about you. They can feel your energy. They can sense whether you're the kind of man who commands respect or the kind of man who fades into the background. And here's the brutal truth: women are now attracted to men who fade away. They're drawn to the man who walks in with quiet confidence, the man who doesn't even try too hard, yet everyone feels his presence. But here's the problem: most men today, they don't even realize they've been conditioned to act like meerkats instead of lions. The harsh truth about attraction: let's cut straight through the nonsense. Attraction is not about looks, it's not about money, it's not even about status. Sure, those things can help, but they're not the foundation. The real foundation is psychology. Attraction is rooted in how you carry yourself, in the unspoken signals you send out. A woman doesn't consciously analyze it, she just feels it. The truth? If you're constantly trying to please women, constantly trying to be the nice guy, constantly bending over backward to win their approval, you're actually destroying attraction. Because here's the paradox: the more you try to win her, the more she loses interest. The nice guy trap. Every man has been here at some point. You think, if I'm extra nice, if I always agree, if I show her I'm available 24/7, then she'll finally like me. But what happens? She thanks you, she might even call you a sweet guy. And then she goes out with someone else, the man who doesn't do half of what you do. Why? Because women don't want a servant. They don't want a man who revolves around them. They want a man who has his own gravity, his own center, someone who adds value to their life, not someone who makes her his whole universe. The nice guy is like a man with no spine. He bends, he folds, he adjusts to everything. He thinks this makes him lovable, but in reality, it makes him forgettable. Why approval-seeking kills attraction? Let me make this crystal clear. Every time you text her back instantly, even though she hasn't replied in hours. Cancel your plans just because she suddenly became available. Agree with her on everything, even when you don't. You're sending a loud, silent message. I'm not enough as I am. Please accept me. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who broadcasts